Fellas, today's youth have it bad. Fortnite, TikTok, and anime. And after tens of thousands of years of research, science has finally found the answer. The single reason for the downfall of society is this. I mean, really, seeing what the youth of today have to put up with, it's no wonder that they've turned out like this. And it's all the fault of Ninjago 4+ sets. I mean, look, I get it. You want to teach your kids how to build, how to interact, and how to play when they're very young. Maybe just throw in some cyanide pills with it, because Jesus Christ, if you're gonna make them want to die, at least give them the final push. In fact, let me just show you a couple of the sets. Like this set here, for example, where you've got Kai completely disobeying any road laws, and then a snake that's doing some sick tricks. I mean, really. If you're going to say that these are for juniors, I mean, what would happen if a child was like, oh, look, it's the funny Ninjago man doing a funny flip, got on his bike, and then went down a hill straight into oncoming traffic? That's on you, Lego, has to be said. Or this set here, for example, which teaches kids the importance of doing what they're told, or else they'll be devoured by some sort of demonic beast that shoots fire from its mouth, which will obliterate their soul and their physical form. Or, my personal favourite, this, why is he in a helicopter? And what the hell is that blue thing? Oh, so many questions, so little time. There really is no world where this is in any way acceptable to give to a 4-year-old. Now, people get really riled up about 4+ sets. Like, you think politics is bad?
It's marketed for 4-year-olds. What do you expect? Do you expect it to be UCS quality? Do you expect it to be a normal set quality? No! It's a set made for toddlers! It's like comparing a Lamborghini with a Prius! To compare the two, you can't! So it's not the worst!
Yeah, you know those toy cars that kids would drive around Toys R Us to assert their dominance? Well, really, they're kind of like in no way inferior to like a fully automatic 4x4 that can do 0 to 60 in like 12 seconds. Because like, dude, they're made for kids. Like, yeah, I know that with one of them I could commit a literal hit and run and kill somebody, but the other one has cool, fun colours, so you've got to weigh it up. And also, it makes 0 sense when people say, hey, that's him. He's not 4. How can he have an opinion on something? What the hell? This is unacceptable. But yeah, I'm also not, 7, but I can still say that this is absolutely bossing. Honestly, just please like and subscribe. I'm sorry, but parents should not be paying £18 for this. But of course, people will say, oh yeah, well, it uses big pieces. Listen to yourself, you're justifying theft. But maybe I'm just flat out wrong. Maybe the 4+ sets aren't really that bad. But, there's only really one way to find out. Fellas, I've done the unthinkable. I'm honestly genuinely pretty disappointed in myself. Why have I done this? Alright, so I actually went out and decided to buy something. Right, let's open this. Oh my god, I can feel my brain diminishing by the second. And here we go. It's the Final Flight Destiny's Bounty. I bought this with my money. I don't really know what's going on with like the ship here or what this is supposed to be, but I'll find out. Here we go. Wow. Fantastic. Oh, wow. Look, it's the ship that's already, like, half built for you. And there's actually only 4 bags of pieces, which may sound like a lot, but, that's really, really not a lot. I think I'm going to have to call up an exorcist to help me build all of this, because, to be honest with you, I'm not 100% sure that these aren't possessed in some way. Building these sets was an experience. Alright, so I'm just building the bounty, and I just came across possibly one of the best things ever in the instructions. So basically, on every page, it tells you how to hold the pieces. Why? What happens if you hold these parts in your left hand? Lego feels the need to, like, really massively oversimplify their sets, which, yes, sure, they're for 4-year-olds, it makes sense they have to be simpler, but, like, you could have at least given it a chin. Was that really so far out of the budget that you had to just literally put its head on top of a brick? Lego have this like really weird obsession when they make junior sets that they decide to put in something that's really cool into the set and then make the rest of it awful because, you don't want the set to be too good value. With the bounty, for example, there's actually quite a nice little side build here, which is a prison. It's quite nice for kids to play with. And then they decide to just throw in this horrific ship and this just very, very sorry excuse for a dragon. But again, though, not every single 4+ set is actually terrible. Like, some of them are decent. In fact, I decided to rank them all because I have absolutely nothing better to do with my time. Up top, of course, we do have Jay's Stormfighter Battle, which, as I mentioned, the scaling is really nice on this one. It's just slightly downscaled, kind of like a micro fighter. Honestly, like, this is the kind of set that I would unironically buy because I think it's pretty good value. Then, in the decent category, we have a Sons of Garmadon set and a Prime Empire set. The Sons of Garmadon set, I think this is a pretty good one because it comes with 2 minifigures. The boat build is great, and of course the dock is just a nice little side build. Similarly to that, I did decide to put the Prime Empire set right next to it because, again, for the £9 that you're paying for it, it makes sense and it's pretty decent. Next up in the Y section, we do have Kai's Blade Cycle, which, again, a fantastic set for the price. The only reason this one's low down is because it has Legacy Kai in it. And this is where things start going downhill a bit, where we have a junior set, which is I don't really know how to describe this one. The key thing about 4+ sets is the sets that are good are pretty damn good. The sets that are bad are horrific. So we move on to the War Crime section, which is of course just the Final Flight Destiny's Bounty. This set has no reason to be this bad. I just don't understand it. It doesn't feel like the love or the care was actually put into this set to warrant the price tag, which nicely brings us on to the section. Now, these 3 sets, I'm not going to talk about them. You have eyes, you can see the issues with them. They're unnecessarily bad. Like, I mean, this is just like the most depressing thing ever. When I was younger, I would be walking around with my Hero Factory, with my brand new Ninjago spinners, living the life. Kids now, you walk around with this, you're just asking to be bullied. At the end of the day, it's your fault for buying this. But now, I have all this stuff here, but I think I may have found at least one use for the 4+ sets.